Hi, I'm Philip Armstrong from Optimize Labs. Are your campaigns showing as being limited by budget? Well, if so, in this video I'm going to show you the possible ways to resolve that issue within your campaigns, so keep watching. Okay, so to show the possible ways to resolve the issue of a limited budget within a campaign, I'm going to use a shopping account that already has some campaigns which are showing as being limited by budget as an example, and show what the options are for resolving that issue. So in this example, there are several shopping campaigns and they're showing as being limited by budget. So essentially what Google is telling us here is that there's the potential to spend more within this campaign. There's the potential to get more impressions, more clicks, more conversions by spending more money. So the first resolution for that Google recommends is to increase your budget. And they actually give an indication on how much your budget should be increased by and what impact that can have. So you can get that information by clicking on the Budget Explorer. So on my screen, you can see me clicking on that here for one of the campaigns. And Google will then give you a recommendation for the budget that you want to increase to, and give you an indication of how much more you're going to be spending and how many more clicks that your campaign can generate with that increase. So this is an example. It's actually recommending a large increase, slightly over double the budget, in order to increase that extra revenue and increase those extra clicks. But what happens if actually you don't want to spend more on Google? You don't actually want to increase your budget? Then what is the solution? Well, there is another solution to that, which I'll explore here now. And that solution ultimately is to aim to get more within your current budget. So without spending more money, to get more clicks within that budget. And the simple way to do that is to reduce your average cost per click. Because if you reduce your average cost per click, then logically you will get more clicks within that budget that you have, because you're getting a lower cost for each click, so you're going to get more clicks within your budget. It really is that simple. And the way to do that would be to open up your shopping campaign and then navigate over to the product groups. And at this point, you can begin editing. If you're using manual CPC, you can begin editing those bids for those products, reducing those bids. And the recommendation here is to reduce those bids gradually, see what the impact is. Don't make too much of a major change, especially if you're not experienced with bid management. You make small changes, see what the impact is. If you're continuing to generate the revenue that you are aiming for, or you're increasing your revenue, then you can continue to reduce those bids, get more clicks in within your budget, and generate more revenue. But on the other side of that, what if you're not using manual CPC? What if you're using one of the automated bidding strategies that Google offers? In this case, your bids are being managed by Google. So how do you make an adjustment there? How do you reduce your average cost per click? Well, the way to do that is to adjust the goals and targets of your automated bidding strategies. So this is a perfect example, because these campaigns are using one of the automated bidding strategies, which is target ROAS, which targets a particular return on ad spend. So we're aiming to get a particular return from each amount of money that is spent within the campaign. So in this case, the way to do that is to go to navigate to the section which allows us to edit bid strategies. So in the shared library, we're going to click on bid strategies. And we're going to select the bid strategy that's being used for that particular campaign. In this case, it's called Target ROAS Specific. And we can edit the target ROAS. Now, for this campaign, I've actually already edited the target ROAS. So I've increased that target from a 300, it was roughly 310% return, and I've increased that to 325%. So what the bid strategy is going to try to do now is adjust those bids and the targeting in order to achieve that higher return on ad spend. So the campaign is going to be generating a higher revenue. And ultimately, that's going to be generating more sales within the same budget. Because I haven't adjusted the budget, all I've done is changed the targets within the bid strategy. So ultimately, what we're hoping to see from this change is increased revenue, increased sales for the same budget. And this is a good way to resolve that issue of a limited budget. Because if you continue to adjust those bids and those bidding settings, ultimately the average cost per click is going to get reduced and the campaign is going to be less constrained by the budget. So this is an excellent solution to that problem, and it can ultimately end up with an increase in revenue generated for your business through your campaign. So I hope that's been extremely useful. If it has, feel free to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.